All right. The first half of 4-4, day one, we're going to talk about parallel lines and how to graph lines that are parallel and write equations of lines that happen to be parallel. To start this, you guys are given 3 lines there. Y equals negative a third x minus 3, x plus 3y equals 3, and 3y equals negative x plus 12. Slope-intercept form, standard form, and then just some mumbo-jumbo, not in any form. Okay? What I want you guys to do is graph all 3 lines on the same coordinate plane down there at the bottom. You can graph them any way you want. The first one will be easy. It's a slope-intercept form. You know how to graph that. The second one, I would find the x and y intercepts, graph it that way. And then the third one, you could solve it for y to put it in slope-intercept form to graph that one. Go. Everybody take 2, 3, 4 minutes. Graph those 3 lines on the same coordinate plane. Tom, move 1 seat to your right, please. Thank you. Yeah, graph all 3 lines on one coordinate plane.
Sean has a question for you.
Go ahead. You can always come up and grab one, Ashley. You know that. Come up and grab one if you need one. Try to keep your note cards.
Pretty sure she does. Kind of, yeah. So it had a little too much during the meal, had a little too much suction in it. It kind of sounded like.
Shut up.
You know that's how you sound, right? Always hitting the paper.
That was pretty dang decent. Well, actually, it was better than decent, but I don't use that word like.
Thank you. I'm proud when I do. Very well.
The last one, guys, the last letter C, I just divided both sides by 3 and graphed it using slope-intercept form. I thought that would be the easiest way to do that. The middle one was pretty easy to find the x and y intercepts, and then the first one was in slope-intercept form.
Are you sure, Brandon?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
No, I'm not feeling it.
I've only ever heard that song before.
I am in
Turned out to be one.
hello people in one direction just because it sucks.
Just for convenience purposes, I did take letter B and put it in slope-intercept form so you can see the connection that's going to happen here. Okay?
They're all the same thing. Oh, I just corrected X and I put it in
They're all the same.
All the white intercepts
That's
are
what I meant.
All the y-intercepts are different. Good connection, Mike. Mike, though, what is the same in all 3 lines?
slope. Negative 1/3.
Okay?
The slopes are the same.
So, and what's true, Mike, about the line, about the 3 lines? They are what?
Parallel to each other.
Guys, all 3 lines are parallel.
They'll never touch.
Okay? Now, go back to the equations. What do you notice about the equations and the 3 lines? There's something that's the same in all 3 equations.
All the numbers are multiples of 3.
Slop.
All the numbers are multiples of 3. Okay?
All the slopes are
Right. All slopes are the same. What do you think that means about parallel lines? What do you think that means about parallel lines?
They have to have the same slope.
Because if they don't, they won't.
If they don't have the same slope, they wouldn't be parallel. So, let's jot this down. Okay?
Oh yes, of course,
Um,
I forgot.
Two lines are parallel if, you want to try to finish that statement? Amanda, give it a shot.
They have the same slope as different y-intercepts.
They
If-
never intersect.
If they, we want to say something more intelligent than that. That would be like a second grade.
John things like
Two lines are parallel if they never intersect. Thank you, Einstein. All right, two lines are parallel if they have the same slope. And guys, think about that whole rise over run stuff. If you rise and run
Iso.
1/3 or negative 1/3, and then you go to a different y-intercept and rise 1/3, that just, in your head, guys, that should be like, those lines are going to be parallel. Okay? If the slopes are not the same, they're not parallel. Okay? All right, jumping back. Watch what we're going to do with this stuff. Not too bad. They do have to be in the same plane. Do you guys know what the same plane means?
yeah,
Tom, I'm going to throw you out of here. Move over to your right. You're permanently moved. You cannot sit next to anybody because all you do is talk. Okay? Stop. They have to be in the same plane. You guys know what it means to be in the same plane? Okay? Like your desk is the same plane. You're a flat table. Okay?
The desk and then the wall.
That would not be the same plane.
Yeah.
Right. Okay?
I don't
So,
get what he's getting at.
Completely flat. So parallel lines are lines that lie in the same plane but never intersect. Okay? The slopes of parallel lines are always the same. That's what we should have got out about that front page. Now, what you guys are going to do is you're going to write an equation for a line that contains a certain point and is parallel to a certain line. Okay? Write your final answer in slope-intercept form. The only problem is that you have to go through, let's see, put slope and the point in point slope. You have to go through point slope form to get your answer. You can't just get the answer without going through point slope form. Simplify using the distributive property. We've done that before. And then make sure you add or subtract that value that's with the y. Get that to move it over to the right side. And then you'll have it in slope-intercept form. All right, let's do this. Blake.
By it saying it's parallel to equals y to y law, does that mean the slope is 2?
Correct. The slope of the new line would be 2. All right, write an equation in slope-intercept form. Everybody circle or underline slope-intercept. A good idea, guys, is to circle or underline what form you want your answer in from the directions.
You told us
Okay.
that last week.
For the line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the graph of the given line. Okay?
Just what to say.
Spell check never catches that. And I always type the word form, or sometimes I type the word form as from, but slope-intercept form for the given line. All right, it's going to be parallel to this line, and it's going to go through the point -2, 4. Now, here's the parallel symbol. It's like, it looks like two L's next to each other. That's the parallel symbol. I always write down the parallel slope. Parallel M. That's shorthand for the parallel slope. What would be the slope of the new given line, or the line that we're going to write the equation for from the given line? Murph?
-1.4.
Yeah, it's going to be the same. And we know the slope of the first line is -1/4 because that's in slope-intercept form. So you're going to see where we're going with this on Wednesday when we start doing perpendicular. lines. Okay? So, and I'll show you the perpendicular symbol on Wednesday. But anyways, there's the parallel slope. So, everybody take the given point and the parallel slope and write the equation in point slope form. Go. You know how to do this. Not talk to me. Come on, guys. We really got to focus.
Okay. I do not know.
Okay? Val, help them out.
Y minus 4 equals -1/4 times x plus 2.
Nice. You were given a point and the slope, so I use point slope form. Now we have to solve that thing for y. We're going to manipulate it and put it into slope intercept form. All right, everybody distribute your -1/4 and then add 4 to both sides. Go.
X plus 2. Minus 4 equals -1/4 x plus 1
Beep, boop, bop,
Baby.
boop.
Yes.
All right, distribute a -1/4. You should get -1/4 x minus a half. Add 4 to both sides.
What's that our final answer?
-1/4 x plus. Can you guys do -1/2 plus 4 in your head?
3.5.
3.5, right?
Oh, yeah.
Boom. And the question I heard out there was, is that the final answer?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's slope intercept form.
Because it's in slope intercept form, okay? So, you can't get into slope intercept form, guys, without going through point slope form. It's just impossible. Kind of the question Blake had the other day. You can't get there without going through point slope form. Okay? Again, a great habit, guys, is to write down this parallel slope and jot it down. Because when we do perpendicular lines, they don't have the same slope. We do that on Wednesday. Okay? Well, check, what's the slope of our new line going to be? 4/3, the same as the old one. Okay? Naughton! Write us the equation. You can do this.
Let's go.
Y minus 1 equals 4/3 times the quantity of x minus 3.
Genius.
Wait, but what about the minus 2?
Okay, great question, guys. Look at Bobby noticed in the original equation we got a -2.
Just put it on the outside of the
What does that have to do anything with our new line?
Nothing.
It's just
Nothing.
Because they can be.
Because the new line that we're trying to write, Bob, is parallel to that one. We don't care where that one is. We only care about the slope of that line. So the -2 has nothing to do with this. Back of that first one, Bob, the +1 had nothing to do with it. We're only concerned about the slope. All right, Naughton, let's manipulate that and put it into slope intercept form.
Alright, so my y minus 1 equals 4/3 x minus 3. No.
4/3 times 3. I would expect you to be able to do it in your head. Look at it. Look on your paper. Get it written down.
-3. -4.
I think it's going to be -4. Because it would be 12/3, which makes 4. Keep going, John. Jack, you're doing great.
Okay. Then you add 1 to each side. So y equals 4/3 x minus 3.
4/3 x minus 3. Perfect. Hey, way to kind of check. Make sure you got a good chance of getting this right. Make sure that your slope at the end is the same as the slope at the beginning. Because those two lines will be parallel then. All right, now I'm going to throw some curveballs at you guys. You guys got to write an equation that goes through the origin and is parallel to the line 3y plus 2 equals 2x minus 7. You don't know a point? Well, you do know a point. But you don't know the slope of that second line. What do you have to do to that second line? You got to put that slope, you got to put that second equation into slope intercept form. So let's divide both sides by 3.
So y equals 2.
And it doesn't even matter what b is. We're not concerned about that. We're just concerned about the parallel slope. Ashlyn, what would be the slope of our new line if it's parallel to the old one?
Y
I'm sorry? Question? 2/3. It's going to be the same as the slope of the old line. And then what point does the new line go through?
0, 0.
What point is the origin, people? 0, 0. Now, you have a point and you have a slope. Write the equation. Okay? You didn't have a point or a slope given to you. You had to come up with that on your own by thinking.
That's why.
Corneli, write the equation.
Y equals 2/3 x.
Genius.
What?
Okay?
Have that in future sake.
Well, we had a different y-intercept over there.
I already wrote it.
Right, but now you got to simplify that. Y equals 2 x. Think about that.
That's what I did.
Never mind.
All right, last one. Got a y-intercept of 2 and it's parallel to 2x plus y equals 4. Rogo, what form is the given line in right off the bat? Standard form.
X plus 5.
Okay. Remember, the slope, guys, will be negative a over b. Jot that down. From standard form, the slope is negative a over b. So, Rogo, without even solving it for y, what's the slope of that line?
-2 over. It's just
Yeah, negative 2 over 1 or just negative 2. So what would the what would the slope of all parallel lines to that also be? Negative 2. Jot that down, guys. Parallel slope, negative 2. Okay. What's the y-intercept of 2? What point is that?
Wait, Mr. Fancy.
Go ahead.
Could you just do y equals -2x, like get the answer straight from this, like not even have to solve? You're given the slope and the intercept.
Well, you don't know the slope until you solve it for.
Well, no, you know it's -2.
Okay. Oh, so
And
what
you know
point is
y-
that?
Huh?
You know what point that is?
Well, what the? I know. Wait. Well, no. What I'm saying though is you already know the point, and you already know the slope, and you already know the y-intercept.
So what's the equation?
Y equals -2x plus 2.
Y equals negative
You don't even have to
2x
solve.
plus 2.
Y plus.
That's the question. Y is plus 2.
It's
You know, well, guys, y-intercept of 2 is the same thing as the b. Now, Murph, back to my question to you 2 minutes ago.
Sorry,
What point is a y-intercept of 2 if you were to write it as a point?
0, 2.
0, comma 2.
What if you solve it?
It's the same thing. Y minus 2 equals negative 2 times the quantity of x minus 0. Distribute, move your 2 over, you get the same thing. Parallel lines have the same slope. That's what you guys got to know for today. Paige.
I found the x and y intercepts, and then that's how I found the slope. You came from.
Yeah, oh yeah. How'd you find the slope? Counting?
No, then I did the m equals y1 minus y2 over x1.
So did you actually graph it?
No,
Oh, you just found the x and y. Ah, you found
Yeah.
2 points.
just by doing the difference.
Got it. Got it.
It started on
Wait, you found the x and y intercepts of what?
The equation they
The
gave
old
us.
line?
Yeah, and then the
You
take
found
by
the
the
slope
slope.
right. I definitely would not do it that way. That's the scenic route
Yeah, alright.
with the longer route.